So tired from Crush?
I think because I was drinking at home and I had just got my vaccine on Friday. So I think it was a lot.
I was drinking from home too.
I know. Is 2 bottles of wine in one weekend a lot for one person?
Of course not.
Oh, okay. I need to get my tolerance up. I should have had 4 bottles, right?
For your first crush, definitely.
My first crush.
Entire weekend, that's fine. Now, if it might have been maybe in a 2-hour period, then we might have to be supportive. But
and I got my vaccine Friday, so I was feeling a little tired.
I see. So Dee Dee, why don't we start with you? This was your very first crush. You had just joined One Hope a couple weeks prior to. So just give me a couple of your insights quickly. Because we have people, I want everybody to kind of share their takeaways. What was your takeaway? What is your goal that you're going to crush by end of April? Plus moving forward, and what your timeline is to hit that goal. I've already talked to Terry, so I know, but tell us, Dee Dee.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say it was an incredible conference. The One Hope team does an awesome job putting that together. It's really beautifully done and great content. The biggest takeaway for me was that if I want to hit the goals I want to hit with my One Hope business, I really have to step up my recruiting game. And that was the biggest takeaway for me. And I declared that I want to be a director. And I declared it in the crush pad, and I talked to Terry about it. So that's where I'm headed.
Okay, I'm gonna put a picture there. I will be a director. Okay.
Yeah, I'm really excited and motivated, inspired, so happy to be part of this group and part of One Hope. And I want to be a director. Now, did Terry and I put a time frame on that? 6 months?
You tell me. When do you want to be a director by? What's your goal?
3 months. 90 days.
90 days.
It's a little tough, 90 days, but
that's tough. I'm going to say 6 months. I'm going to give her the double that only because.
No, I'm not.
But you don't know. She has another goal that's even bigger than this that she needs to hit.
I have another goal that's starting from my day job. So, but you know what? I was thinking this morning how I could work on both goals together. So, I'm committing to reach out. What?
Magic happens when you put it out there. Tanisha just in her 2nd month, and she was an impact director. You are in your fast start. You need that extra $1,000 to be an impact director. Go for it.
I'm gonna go for it, and if I reach out to one person a day and invite them to be a cause entrepreneur, and I do one a day. Hey, and I'm consistent, it'll happen, right?
Yep, it'll happen. Absolutely there. It'll happen. Diamonds don't become diamonds because they're sitting around. That's the pressure on them that makes them great and beautiful.
That's so good, Tracy.
Yeah. That Tiffany crystal vase doesn't become a Tiffany crystal vase just off the moment that it appears on the thing. It has to be shined and polished and put there. Terry?
Exactly.
So who else was this? Is your brand new first time you did crush?
It was mine. And I actually want to try to pace with Dee Dee. You want to pace with me?
Yes, I love it. Lindley,
one person
to be a
is not out of reach. It's not out of reach to do that.
Yeah.
All right. You ladies can exchange some information and you can pace together.
Yeah.
And Lindley, this is your first crush, so tell us just a little bit. What was your biggest takeaway from crush?
Recruiting, for sure. Justin's whole speech and everything that he said, I haven't really listened and paid attention. I know it's really dark in here. I'm sorry. I'm trying to put my kid to sleep. I haven't really listened and been excited about essentially a lecture ever until he had a lecture on recruiting. And I said, oh my gosh. So again, I know we've talked about this earlier. I've done direct sales before and nothing has seemed, I don't want to say it's easy, but nothing has made me excited until this one. And I don't know. So I really feel like recruiting with this is going to be more natural than recruiting for selling bags or wax melts or any of the other ones out there. So I don't know. I'm excited. I think recruiting is definitely big, no matter what you do with direct sales. I know, I'm sorry, but
Little guy.
That's really the big thing. If you want to build a team, you have to build a team.
Awesome. I completely 100% agree. Yeah, Justin, he spoke to us on Sunday. It was a great little conversation about recruiting, how you recruit, and all along too, it was all about how you share the information, and it's not, you're sharing, not selling. So definitely go back and check out the speakers who spoke, follow them on their socials, listen to their podcasts if they have podcasts. Alex and I also listened to another guy named Bob Heilig, who also talks about recruiting, and he's called Your Virtual Upline. I've posted him in our group a few times too, but I'll pop his name in there too. The more power that you have behind you, the more inspiration. You hear different things from different people at different times. It's like, all of us were kids at once. We knew that if we couldn't get what we want from mom, we would go to dad, or if not from dad, we go to grandpa and grandma. So there's always different, and also too, it's like mom may tell you one thing, but auntie's going to tell you something else, and it's going to be the same thing, but because auntie did it and she's cool, you're going to listen to her. You know what I mean? So there's a whole bunch of different aspects out there. So we'll share those as well. And Justin's thing too, if anybody's going to sign up for his course, let me know, because I think I'm going to do it too. And maybe we can do it as like a weekly book club boot camp little thing together, because there's power in numbers when we're all together.
Yeah, I'm going to sign up, Tracy.
Okay, Alex is signing up. That's cool. Alex, so while you're off mute, tell us about your crush experience.
Well, it was great to be back in San Diego, where I moved from a year ago, got to reconnect with my bestie, who is also a teammate, and we just kind of holed up in a hotel room and enjoyed each other, really enjoyed crush. And on my flight home, I made some of my favorite takeaways, and the one that keeps resonating with me was the change my focus. Don't focus on what I don't have, but focus on what I do have, because I have been stuck in, I'm in a new city. I don't have any connections here. I don't have any friends here. I don't have a team, blah, 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 all that negativity. And then changing it around and focusing on what I do have. I do have a brand new teammate who signed up a week ago, who was like super excited and willing to learn and wants to get out there and so on. And then a teammate who's been with me for a while now, who, my best friend, who sat through Crush with me and is re-energized and saw One Hope as something other than her table wine, her wine that she's just, basically she's my best customer kind of thing, that she really looks at this as, wow, I could do something with this. And that was my favorite absolute takeaway. So it was a great spin on what I've been thinking.
Awesome. Diana, share with us. Hi.
So my biggest something that resonated with me was the whole the tips that they gave us as far as like social media, marketing and just kind of being more visual. Like I was telling you earlier, I'm still pretty shy, so I don't like to be in front of the camera too much, and I need to learn how to kind of step outside of that and let my audience see me. So that's kind of something I need to work on, that I'm trying to work on more lately.
Awesome. And I challenge all of you to do that. I know I've probably said it in here before. I've said it in the CE image sharing group. A picture of you is going to go way farther on your social posts and get more engagement than a picture of you posting one of the corporate pictures of wine. You using your own wine, your own images, kind of creating them. You can kind of have a template set up and do that. But when you're sharing the information, it's a little bit, it's organic and it's more genuine than taking one of the static images from the corporate office and putting it in there. Now you can create one of the carousels, which means on Instagram, if you add up to 10 pictures, it's called a carousel because you swipe through it. And by the way, just a little Instagram tip, if you do create a carousel and people don't swipe through the whole carousel, it will repeat in their feed so they can continue it. So it'll stop where they left off. So they will see your stuff again because Instagram's pushing it up. So do things that Instagram and the social channels like reels and videos. You don't even
I've been using TikTok lately and doing those little TikTok videos.
Yeah, so just make sure to, but right now with Instagram, if you're pulling your TikTok into Instagram and it has the TikTok watermark, Instagram knows that and they're not pushing those as much as they are. They're doing some stuff to filter those, but there's ways that you can take that off. There's another girl that I listen to on social media who just gives you all these little tips about that, but also Instagram reels. I literally created a reel today in like 2 minutes. I was like, hey, I'm gonna eat this banana because it was sitting on my counter, and I'm like, let me see. Then I'm like, oh, you know what, let me do a Mythbusters on wine on this. So I literally created this quick little reel about which has more sugar, wine or a banana, and have people look at it. And I did it an hour ago, and 1,000 people have viewed it so far. So it's not fancy, it's nothing exciting, it's kind of boring, but it's like, hey, it gives you some content and it gets you going on there. So it gives you a little bit of something. And by no way am I like an expert on any of this, but it's just, we're all learning together. And Diana, what's your goal? What's your goal from Crush?
Well, me and Lindley have a little competition this week, and we're trying to, since we both attended Crush, we decided to try to recruit at least 3 new people each this week. Loser buys the other one coffee from Starbucks. And it's an effort to try to get that new join kit that they're talking about. So we're trying to get at least, I know we only need like 1, but we're trying to get at least 3 people each by the end of the week. And so we'll see who wins.
Awesome. That's a good goal. And I know Diana is priming herself to become a CE and then director. And I don't know if you were on Lindley or on Diana, but Lindley and Dee Dee are going to be pacing partners. They're both want to hit director within 90 days. So they're going to team up together and pace with one another too. I mean, you can make it a trio if you want, it's all good.
And Diana.
You can start a little like face group chat thread or text thread just to inspire each other, because that's always awesome. All of a sudden I have like a million texts coming through. Sorry. Turn off my phone. I'm never this popular until I'm on a Zoom. That's when my dog needs me too. Is like every time I get on a Zoom. David, were you at Crush?
I was not, unfortunately. I had to work all weekend.
Okay. Well, you can listen, but you can probably hear some of the good stuff coming out of it. So if you followed along in the community page or on our page or anything, and you have some goals you want to set for April, as well as maybe for like the next 90 days, feel free to shout them out right now.
Well, I'm starting, I want to get at least 2 to 3, I'm going to say three events each month. And then with each event, my goal is to get at least 7 people attending it. Doing the wine math on that, if they're virtual events, 7 on each, that'll get me 21 people attending. With the wine flights, I believe that'll get me at 300 PCV before I even purchase anything myself. So that's my goal, is to get 3 on the books, and I actually have one set for March 31st already for the Lupus Foundation of Greater Ohio.
Nice. Good. Events are good. Events are focused. Wine tastings are your cheese and crackers of your business. They really are what's going to keep you afloat and keep you doing this. And it's also where you find your new teammates and you find let's see who else. Terry, you were at Crush.
I was. So that's my actually 6th crush I was figuring out. Can you believe it? It is. I know it doesn't make sense because of how it plays out, but if you think of how many places it's been, that was 6 for us.
Wait, it was Manhattan Beach, Irvine,
Manhattan Beach, Irvine, San Francisco, 2 online last year, in Nashville.
There wasn't 2 online. It was just last year.
This year.
Oh, this year and last year. Oh, I
So,
got. Oh,
yes.
okay. Yeah. And then online. Oh, yeah.
I know. Isn't that crazy? So
yeah, I was in Nashville, so it was my 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was my 5th. But yeah, you're 6. Awesome.
Well, I still count you there because you were there in spirit with all of us. But yeah, anyways, like it was insane to be there, like listen in and hear that there's 1,000 people that attended Crush this year. When we started, I think there was 75 of us, and that was like, that might have been spouses included.
Right.
So it's just amazing. So this year was really cool. I wish I could have been there with you guys. But my takeaways, I mean, I have pages of them, big dreams, big goals. I loved when they said that, so yes. And I know, my what will get me motivated and going. And, we don't have a lot of new wines, but the almond sparkling I'm really excited about. And the tasting flights, I think that will just help our businesses so much. So, yeah, I am going to declare I'm going back to director. I mean, it's been a while. I've kind of been in and out. And Sunday morning was interesting because, even though I didn't have all of you guys around me, my whole family was around me, and they sat me down after and said, well, what are your goals and how are you going to get there? And what's your why? And I was like, who am I sitting with? It was like sitting around with you. So anyways, I'm going to go back to director, and I've got my, I know what the money amount is for that since we also have a Crush board. And so I might have a new motivation, which is good. So I am going back to director. Right. Apparently, possibly in 90 days, if I want to keep up with my new teammate.
90 days. Well, if you guys hit director in May or June, and you have the director title, then you get the weekend boot camp with Sally Holder, who spoke to us at Leader Day on Friday morning. And we all got this little book from her called Hitting Rock Middle. So it was really interesting, but you get a whole weekend with that. So that's another additional incentive if you want to hit director within May or June. Plus, if you're hitting director and you hit it a minimum of 1 time from from now until July 2021, you get to join us in Scottsdale for a little director retreat from Friday, September 17th to Sunday, September 19th. So those are good dates and good incentives to mark on your calendar. That's why it's like, don't miss it. Just do it. Just do it. And you know, it's always like, we're at the end of the month, we have 5 days left. This is literally where the magic happens. People are pushing, people are hitting their goals, people are getting to places that they've never gone before. And that's what we all just have to do, is like set our sights on it and go for it. So that's good. Crush will be online again next year, which will be the last weekend of April, the first day of May. So mark that for your calendar. It's great. I actually think that it's good that it's online because it does give a wider audience for it. Plus, especially for next year, because you just don't know what's going to happen in a year. I would rather have the dates and have them set and know what's happening. And of course, we're going to somehow gather again, whether it's locally here, or I actually looked up castles that sleep 20 people because I like to travel plan. So I'm like, let's travel someplace, let's do something, and as a team, and whoever wants to go, or maybe there's like Airbnbs around the area, but it's always fun to meet people and go different areas, and maybe we all just go to Nashville and hang out with Alex or something, you know. So just dates to write on your calendar for next year, and I'll post them on our team page too. Let's see who else on there. Brenda. How are you, Brenda? Are you brand spanking new? Were you at Crush?
No, I wasn't. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. I apologize. No, I wasn't. So I signed up, but then I had a medical issue and I didn't really do anything. Then I spoke to Rachel and Stella and decided that I need to get this going. I have the 68 days or 60 something days for fast track. So I just want to get going. So I'm like, let me sign on and let me listen to you guys to get motivated and to get the business going.
Well, welcome, and it's never too
Thank
late
you.
to start your business or to restart. So even if there's team members or anybody who's watching this recording, just know that even if you haven't done anything yet, it's never, ever, ever too late to start, because
Thank you.
the world works in mysterious ways, and it'll probably be like the perfect divine time that you need. So yeah.
Right.
So,
Thanks.
yeah. So feel free to reach out to us for any information, and whoever your upline mentor is, definitely check with them and stuff too.
Okay. Absolutely. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Ashley, I don't know if you're still in your car, if you can hear me.
I am. You probably can't see me, but
No. So did you watch Crush?
I didn't. Weird weekend, but I know I wasn't crushing, sadly.
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna come back to you in a minute because I know you have a question, and so we'll get to you in just a little bit about your thing. We're gonna do a little Crush wrap up stuff first. Tanisha, what did you think?
Crush was amazing. For it to be my first one, like amazing. I have so many notes that I could utilize, not just for One Hope, but for my candle business and this new position that I just got. Like, I can't wait to implement everything I learned to just have my businesses just grow tremendously. And I can't wait for that outcome.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like, there's, no matter what you're in, there's so much information that's transferred. I was thinking of you particular, Dee Dee, because you're in finance as well. And then all the finance conversations that we were having was probably really impactful for you, and just gives you that divine timing in a way to be like, hey, this was really good information to hear on so many different fronts, I thought.
Yeah, especially the speakers too. I mean, I love the diversity, the talk on diversity. I love all the social media, help. I mean, there was just a lot of great takeaways for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. There is somebody named CL that is on the line, and then there's Jasleen, and I think you guys are both new.
Hi, this
Hi.
is Sierra.
Oh, Sierra.
I'm incognito.
I think you might know that. I know that voice. It's mystery voice. Sierra, what was your takeaway from Crush?
Hi, everybody. I just loved being able to do it virtually again. Even though it's virtual, we got to meet a few of us on our team, and I love that aspect of it always. But I really like seeing this year it was different from previous years, to where they really showed what's possible. Like, obviously, we kind of maybe knew a little bit, but for me, it was really cool that they really mapped it out and showed us like that people are doing it and what is really possible. Like, the sky is the limit, so it's all up to you how far you want to go. I loved all the information, of course, but that was the big thing that stood out to me. And for me, I just want to be more consistent. Like, if I can have 2 people with me that are gung ho and fired up and be at SCE, every month, and try to kind of promote, like Jess was saying, have like re-promote to SCE every month, and just kind of focus on like bite-sized goal, that is pretty doable for me. And I'm just excited that they put the numbers out there and seeing all the possibilities.
Yeah, definitely. That was amazing. How many other people loved seeing all those numbers and what the income possibilities were?
Big bucks.
Like that was huge, because it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of dedication, you have to have a good team, but it's doable. And I think that's what we're realizing, is that this is doable. This isn't just it's not just mailbox money, it can be full-time income money and above. So that's what was really good. Stella, are you on with us?
I am. I'm driving. Let me park. Hold on for a second. So I had a crazy weekend, but I had a good weekend listening to the Crush, and being in a community is definitely a big thing, because I had the opportunity to view Crush later day with Tracy, and then the team later on that afternoon. Saturday I had a wedding. Sunday I was able to come back, and there were so many takeaways and so much enthusiasm, where I was like, okay, how can I be inspired? Tracy had a ton of B statements throughout the house, and I was like, okay, I will be aware. And so, like, literally as I was driving, I was thinking about all the things I can do to be more hands-on, but then allowing my team to grow. And so, just being consistent, I think was a big takeaway, and just being present. And kind of similar to what everyone was saying, and I kind of like what was mentioned about with Jess's idea, is every month she tries to make sure she at least qualifies as an SCE. So that's how she creates her pacing. So for me, what I usually tell myself is, okay, let me just at least make 300, and I can always do more. And that's kind of what I kind of tell my team. But I'm like, hey, if we can at least always guarantee to try to push for at least 600, and then build up the team or people around us, that'll help us at least get to SCE. So for me, like, my goal is to make it to executive director, because I would love to see Tracy go to senior or national director. So I'm like, what do I need to do to get her to get there? And I love the fact that everyone is kind of, inspired and wanting to go to like SCE as well as to go to director, because we can do this. And if y'all want to pace, and if you need a pacing partner, if you want to like collaborate, you can reach out to me, you can reach out to anyone in the team, and let's do it, because we can do so many great things if we work together. So that's my takeaway, and those are my 2 cents on it. But I believe in us, and I know that we can do anything if we put our minds to it.
Yeah, 100%. And that's why I was saying, like, for everybody's like, get your director speed on, because Tanisha did it in 2 months under her fast start. We all have different things that are happening in our lives, but sometimes it'll just fall into place. We just never know. And what Stella said too about hitting 600 in your PCV, that really is probably going to start to be the new benchmark, as you can kind of tell with what One Hope is doing with even incentives in the mystery 4-pack. It's hit, 600 PCV and you get that mystery 4-pack of wine, which has been really good wine. Like last month, it was really cool. It has the glitter bottle. It was a Fumé Blanc. It was a red blend and another wine too. I can't remember, a Chardonnay, I think. So who knows what it'll be in the month of April, but it's really cool. So I know just a few little more things from Crush. I just want to share my screen really quick.
Can I just pop in quick, Trace? I just want to say that don't ever think that you can't do it, and don't ever not ask someone, because I know to hit SCE one of the months, I had teammates who had never done anything, and all of a sudden we were just happened to be, I think, at the grocery store, and I'm like, oh, I really want to hit SCE, but I need one more person to qualify. And this girl just looked at me. She's like, all you had to do was ask. She had never sold even a bottle of wine, and she's like, all you had to do was ask. And the next day she did it, and she didn't buy the wine. She just reached out to 2 people and it was done. And so just remember, don't ever be afraid to ask. Yes.
I love that. And I'm so glad you shared that, Terry, because I think that's part of the thing that we may or may not do too as a team. And sometimes our teammates aren't in it as connected sometimes as like myself. I'm just gonna use myself for example, because I do this all the time. But life happens, and sometimes they're like, oh, I'm only like $20 away from qualifying. Give them a heads up, let them know that they're close to qualifying and how that helps you, because it's network marketing. We know that this is how we make our income. We know that, some of our other additional income depends on what our downline does. And that's how we do rank advancements. So let's not be shy about that too. It's not about us, but it's also, like, hey, if somebody's, super close to hitting a goal, like how can we help them? And people love to help them and love to help people achieve stuff. So I'm so glad that you brought that up, Terry. That was perfect timing. I have a screenshot up that's very, very blurry. It was blurry when I was taking it, but if you want free Crush registration for next year, you have to promote a brand new SCE on your team, either in April or May. And then you and that person are going to get free Crush registration for 2020, and that includes the Crush kit. So that's pretty cool. This year was $149 value, so it's really cool. Dee, I know she's like, I wish I would have got that Crush kit. I actually don't think it was available when you first signed up to get the Crush kit, because I think it was past the deadline. So if that makes you feel a little bit better. But the Crush kits are amazing. Other dates you should pop on your schedule. Everybody who's going for director, the boot camp with Sally Holder is going to be July 17th and 18th. It's online, so it can be wherever you are. You just need to achieve pay rank of director or above in May or June. And then you'll get invited to this lovely little weekend away. And if there's a couple of us that hit it, it'd be fun to do it together so we can, it's always fun to do stuff together and hit goals and have that collaboration together. Let's see, what are these other ones?
Okay, so it is a trip. I thought it was like a virtual boot camp.
No, that one is a virtual boot camp, but I said if a couple of us get it and we're like local in local areas, it'd be together and do like a little trip or an overnight someplace to do that.
Cool.
Yeah. Also, if you hit pay rank of director or plus a minimum of one time from August 2020 to July 2021, so that you still have April, May, June, and July this year to hit director, then you are invited to a leader summit in Scottsdale in September. So this one will be on location. So that is super cool. So that's why it's like, yep, go for that director title, ladies and gentlemen. What else do we have here? Let's see. If you hit, just to give you some little incentives, if you hit pay rank director from December of 2020 to November of 2021, then you are invited to the virtual leader kickoff. That will be just one day online, Saturday, January 22nd. But if you hit higher than director, so you have to hit executive director a minimum of 2 times from December 2020 to November 2021, then you're actually invited to go to Napa to the estate. So executive director, it's on my list. That's what I want to be, executive director 2 times by November of 2021, because I love a good Napa trip. So that's what I'm all about. Let's see. Wanted to go back and just show some of the income slides really quick so people could see who maybe weren't on Crush, but these will all be available and I'll post them as well. But it's kind of fun to see the average monthly earnings as a cause entrepreneur is $102. The highest is, $9,000. And that's just basically when you're a CE, that is basically that's your sales. You're not making downline commissions or anything. Downline commissions start to jump in when you are a lead cause entrepreneur. So you can definitely get some more money when you have people behind you, because then you earn the coaching commission on that. That's why qualifying every month at a minimum of $300 in PCV is a goal. You can also see SCE. You're going to earn an average of $657, and that's you plus 2. So that's you hitting $600 a month in PCV, 2 people underneath you, each hitting $300 in PCV. Now, if you have you, and then there's someone, and then they have a couple people underneath them, and those people hit, but that other person doesn't, but then you have someone over here hit too, that all counts. It doesn't have to be direct to you. And we can go through this in like a bigger breakdown of a comp plan as well. And I think they're doing something, I would gather that they're doing something when they launch the new training facility too about comp plan. But let's see, like even when you get to director level, you're making an average monthly earning of about $2,000. Highest earning was $8,000, and then annual it's $24,000. So not bad for a little part-time side hustle. It's pretty good. So let's definitely do it. I would love to be the Jess Landau, and for those of you that weren't on Crush, Jess is making anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000 a month. Like, what would that do to you? Like, that's pretty inspiring to be like, hey, let's get this, because that would be amazing.
Her husband doesn't work.
Actually, I think he does. He was doing something. Yeah, he's had his own business for a while, and he was a speaker and a trainer. I'm sure they work together though, a lot too, and he has a lot of stuff, but he did work. It's not that, he doesn't, he just does stuff with her. So that I know of anyway. He had his own little gig as well. So
my boyfriend's a worker too. If I hit that, he'd be like, oh, I still gotta do my food truck. He's
well, it's good to do that, because why would you want to give it up? Like obviously you can help and enroll and stuff too. So it's always good for that too. So what else was inspiring from Crush? There was so much stuff. There's new winemaker notes. There's new training templates coming out. A lot of it is launching on May the 1st. I want to share my screen again super quick, because I did have something pulled.
And the new kits.
Yes.
You're missing the basic part of what we need to do to recruit.
So the new kits are on your website right now. So if you go to your onehopewine.com website, let's see here.
When does the new swag come out? So I'm going to switch topics.
Oh, I would sometime in May, I would think. So if you go to your onehopewine.com website, just a little side note for those of you that are new, if you are just logged in, as yourself, it'll say you're shopping for yourself. If you just go to onehopewine.com or your customers go there and they don't have your specific link or they're not linked to you yet, then it would say find my CE in this black bar up here. If they click on your site, then it would say they're shopping with you. So that's how you can always tell who you're shopping with and what party or host event that they're in. Definitely, everybody just take a look at your website. If you have not looked at it for a while, go into your website, click all the little tabs at the top, click the little tabs over on the side so you can see everything that's there. This really has all your information on it for when you start with One Hope. You know, read what the perks are, visiting the winery, hosting, joining. There's a lot of information on here. We're gonna go to the join tab. And even for people that wanna join One Hope, this really is like the lay of the land and it's pretty easy. Talks about why you wanna join, how you can get started, and then here's the starter kit options. So now everybody joins with the $39 join kit. And that includes the join kit marketing materials. You get this great little binder. It's gonna have a little like worksheets in it, a planner, and then you're gonna get this little sparkling wine stopper, which is like an amazing little wine stopper like that works super well. You can add on to that $39 kit, the $99 wine kit add-on. So it would be, you know, the 6 Vintner Collection wines and then the branded tote bag, which is super cute little tote bag. Or you can add on the $199 kit, which comes with all of that. Plus you're gonna get this cute little neoprene wine holder bag. Holds 2 bottles of wine in here. And then you're also gonna get the 4-pack tasting flight, which that's just awesome too in itself because those are just amazing. So this is like one of the best values to get. And people can easily enroll here. It also tells what the website fee is for everybody and then they can enroll now. This is just a really easy place. Even when you're doing a conversation with someone who's interested, if you just want to pull up this page and share your screen or have it open on your phone while you're talking to them, it really leads you right through everything that it is that we do, and how easy it is. And then there's frequently asked questions down here as well. I definitely say visit your website so you can see what's going on and scroll all the way down. There is a blog down here that has like your recipes and pairings in it, a bunch of cute little pictures, a bunch of stuff too. So there's a lot of good stuff that's in here on your website. But I'm super excited about this.
Can I ask while we're on here? On the $199 wine kit add-on, the last one, it says event credit towards 6 bottles.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
So
like, dumb it down because I feel like I know, but I want to make sure I know.
So they're gonna give you an event credit. So your first hostess will get, you can gift somebody their first 6 bottles of wine to use at their in-person wine tasting.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. Which is, I'm glad that you brought that up because I completely forgot, even though I was reading this.
It's not on the slideshow screenshots that I have. So that's really cool to add because it almost makes that kit like the 12 bottle kit.
Yeah.
Because I had that. So that you're basically getting your 12 bottles. You just, once you host your first party, then you get your 6 bottles in your party.
Wait, what was that again?
Is that right?
No, so you would get an event credit right away. So then if you pulled up your, oh, maybe I can do it on this one, hold on. So if you pulled up your CE back office, there's a little part over here that says credits. And this is where your event credit would be. You'd have wine tasting credits. So they would load them into your credit section over here. And then you can see what they're available for, and then you can give those to your host, and or your host can be you as well. So I also do recommend, when people are hosting, like use these for, your first host, like you should definitely have a host. They should definitely have people coming to their events that have never tried One Hope before. Bring other fellow wine lovers. Don't just have it their small circle, make it a bigger circle of people. And then that way, you can get the word out. Oh, and I don't see, Ashley's not on here, but I'm going to answer this question for her because she texted me earlier today. And she's like, I have a big event coming up. She's like, it's supposed to be in person and it was supposed to be like 15 people. Now she's invited 110 people to her event. And, there's probably like 50 that are going to show up. What do I do? So, I don't know if anybody has any advice that they want to share. I know what I would say, and I can also do this recording with her and kind of go back and forth, and we can jump on a Zoom and record it so people can hear as well if you want to hear some suggestions and ideas on that. But I don't know if anybody has any thoughts off the top of their head that they would want to share.
Bring some other CEs with her. Invite some other CEs to participate and help her out with the tasting.
Yep, that could be a really good thing to do. Part of my thought is that, well, depending on how she's inviting people, if she's inviting them on Facebook and she created an event and she just threw everybody's name in that event, one, they're not all going to show up. They're not all going to participate. Half the people don't even look at a Facebook invite. So when you're doing events too, they work really well when they're targeted events. So even if it's like hey, I'm having an open house, still invite people to those open house to come to the event. So her event's probably going to be set up more of an open house style than necessarily like presenting one wine at a time like you would do with a smaller group of people. And I suggested making a little tasting card. So each guest, when they come, has a little card so they can come up and get their samples. And then also like having a QR code there so people can scan the QR code. So then they can go direct to her website. If there is that many people at an event, it's always good to have them leave information, or as soon as they scan something and it's linked to her, then the next time they looked up One Hope wine on their phone, at least if that's where they scanned it, her information would populate in there as the CE. So that's always a good thing to do. You want to lead people down that path. And I know Diana does QR codes for like all of her stuff. She's like QR code queen over there. So maybe she can run us through a tutorial, maybe not today, but maybe like you could just record something and throw it on the page, or go live on the page one day and be like, this is how I'm going to do a QR code. And it's always good to see too, like if you are having an event with 50 people coming to it, tasting wine, how much wine do you need? Each person gets, I do like 1 ounce pours, because your wine tasting, you can drink when the party's over. I always try to say to buy wine, even the hosts, purchase wine through their event. Purchase wine through their event. When you create an event in your back office, it'll ask if it's in person, then is wine needed for this event? Yes or no? I tend to say, I say no for all of mine. You can always change it later, but I always say no. The reason is I want the host to purchase through their event, because the host is still going to get the, 10% off 6 bottles of wine. So then that's $135 for that wine. $13.50 would be donated to their cause for 10%, plus $13.50 would be earned in host rewards. Plus they're personally purchasing the wine, so they would get like $7 back in wine credits. So none of those 3 apply if they were to buy the wine through the host wine kit. Plus, as the cause entrepreneur, you make commission on that sale. If they buy it, the $99 host kit through the back office, or through the hosting area where it says, do you need wine? You don't make commission off that. Plus there's no 10% rewards. Plus there's no wine rewards. Plus there's no host rewards. So it's always really good to do wine math. Even just open up your website, put the bottles of wine into a cart. Even if you want to not run your own special, but you want to say, hey, this is my 4-pack of wine that you need for Mother's Day. You might want the sparkling almond wine, the glitter shimmer cheers happy Mother's Day wine, plus 2 other wines. Put those wines that you like and you suggest in the cart. See how much they are for, they'd probably be around $90 or less, depending on what wines you put in there, and share with people like, hey, you can get these 4 wines for XYZ amounts. It's kind of fun to curate and craft your own little like, hey, who wants this little wine? Who wants this little wine? Like, this is how you have to do it. So it's really good that way. But
hey, I have to say, isn't like having 50 people at an event not like the greatest idea while we're still trying to get out of COVID? I'm just throwing it out there. Safety wise.
Yeah, it's probably not. It depends on where people are. And super good point, Dee Dee.
Yeah.
I totally wasn't even thinking COVID wise and safety wise. So that's another super good point. Also too, if you're having 50 people at a wine event, that's, a lot of pouring and a lot of talking, which it does. Cause I've done vendor events and stuff before. Different parts of the country are in different phases and everything's going. Do what you feel comfortable with. Do what you feel comfortable with, for sure. And if you don't feel comfortable doing it, then don't. It's not it. There's times that I've turned down sales or turned down different events because it wasn't the right place for me. Like a bachelorette party, for one. Like they're like they didn't want me to pitch the wine. They didn't want me to try to sell the wine, but they wanted the host kit for $99, but they didn't want to do any other stuff. And I was like, well, then maybe you just want to buy the wine for, $150. Like, oh, no, we don't want to do that.
They want a free wine, right?
Yeah. And then it's like, well, you can just go wine tasting in Temecula then if you want to do that. Like, but that's, they're like, no, we don't want people to buy the wine. We don't want you to say any of that stuff. And it's like, okay, well, if that's my job and that's what I do, and I'm sorry, I won't be able to drive to Palm Desert for 2 hours and then not present or not sell wine to the guests. So forget it.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. I see a couple comments in there. Lindley's like, should we start a pacing group? There are 3 or 4 of us.
I want to go to Scottsdale. So I actually think I need to qualify as director by the end of July, right? Or the end of June?
Yep, by the end of June. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Step it up. Okay, so I really want to go to Scottsdale.
Yeah. So we got Dee Dee and Lindley. Who else wants
Diana.
And Diana.
Diana's in it.
And Alex, do you want to be in the group too? You want to be there for some?
And Terry.
Oh, I'm in there. Yep, count me in. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, Terry, you're in it too.
Yeah. Terry's like, okay, I guess I'm in it.
Oh, I am still here.
That's awesome. Let's make it happen, ladies. We're going to Scottsdale.
Let's get like a Facebook group or something together so we can all like chat and bounce ideas off each other. I'm like already messaging Diana on the side, like, hey, what do we have to do?
Awesome.
I love it. I love the inspiration. I love the energy. I am rooting for you. I'm going to do it right along with you too. So we can just do it. I mean, you can just do it in the Teams in It to Win It group too. And role model it for everybody. Let them see you crushing it.
And let everybody get motivated with us. What? Let's do it.
Right? 100%. That's what it's all about. We are in this. We're all better together. We're always better when we're performing at the higher level and have that energy and people around us. So
seriously, like asking one person a day makes it easy.
One person a day, right? And then for director, you need 2 CEs under you that qualify, and then they each need 2 CEs under them.
I think 5. 4?
Yeah, here, I'm gonna pull up a little PC.
I had
chart.
it in my starter kit and I don't remember where it is. I think it's in my,
Just want to be clear on it.
Yeah.
I think it's 4 or 5 for director with 2 under each of them.
Okay, maybe it's 4.
Oops, that's not what I wanted. Bump, bump, bump. Finding your PCV. So I'll email this out to all of you. Again, it's this little chart that I put together. It's also in the comp plan, but sometimes I just recreate it. So, and this page tells you how you're going to build to director. So you have $1,500 in PCV for the month. You have 2 SCE legs underneath you, and then you have 2 other qualified CEs.
Oh, cool. It is just 2? Ew, stop, go.
So, and the
That's what the
SCE
tree looks like.
need to be direct to you. So here's kind of what that looks like.
Okay.
That's what I was looking at. I was looking at directly under us. So 2 CEs, 2 SCEs, and then 2 CEs. Oh, to be SCE, you have to have 2 CEs. Okay.
Here's an example where it's of an SCE not direct to you, but on your downline. So, you know, this person counts as your SCE, even though this person isn't even qualified, if that makes sense. So they don't have to be your first line, does not have to hit SCE. It could be anywhere in your tree as long as it's on a different line.
Awesome.
Yeah. So also on this sheet, there is a blank page. So you can print this out and fill this in.
Oh, good.
You can start to
That's helpful. Like keep it on your wall or whatever.
yeah, start to keep track of, put your names in there, figure out like where they're at. I literally do this like in the month as well. And like, I look through my whole back office and be like, okay, who's where, who needs to get here? Like, how can I help them? I remember when I was going for the previous comp plan, you had to have everybody like direct to you, hit at a certain time, at a certain month. You had to have everything done. So I literally had to write out my list of like 25 CEs that were close to qualifying that month. And, you know, like, am I going to hit it? Are we going to hit it? Like, are we? And then, you know, had to write them down. And it was like stressful, but I like literally had my list and all this stuff going. And, you know, that's what you have to do to stay focused though. It's like, okay, let's figure it out. Where are we at? And I know, I'm sure that's what Stella and Michelle were doing last month too, because they both, you know, Michelle hit lead director, which was the month after her fast start ended, you know, because Tanisha hit director. So it's always good, you know, building SCEs and building directors are what makes it click all together.
Dee Dee, does your fast start end in June or July?
My fast start ends June 30th, I think.
Sweet. Okay. So you started in March?
Yeah.
Okay. So I did too. So we're on the same track.
Cool.
Okay. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Scottsdale.
Scottsdale.
I need a trip. I need something to look forward to.
First round of drinks on me, Scottsdale, who's ever there. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. I'll go just for drinks with Dee Dee and Tracy. Let's go.
Yeah, watch out, Tracy. I'm taking you up on that.
Yeah.
Fun.
We will do. It'll be awesome. So.
I want to quit my job. I want to quit my day job. So this, I'm like putting my brain fully into. So
That's awesome.
What did you say earlier, Lindley, when we were talking? You were like spreadsheets, but you know.
Oh yeah, like I can get excited about wine. I can get pumped. I can drink wine off the clock and be cool, but there's nothing about my day job that's like, woo, spreadsheets. Like there's nothing.
To get excited.
I love my job and I love my team and I really do get enjoyment out of like finishing a day's work, but there's nothing off the clock that's like, yeah. So I'm just, I'm good.
Awesome.
Director, I can almost quit. One step above director, I can quit.
Yep. There you go.
Yep.
That's good. All right.
Yep.
Well, I'm super excited. I want good energy for all of you and to get it, no matter what your goals are. You know, it's your goals are your goals. So just keep them in your state of mind. Don't let anybody else try to, you know, except for me, try to push you farther. Oh, Diana, look at your cute little guy. He's so cute. I love it when the little kids and dogs come in the picture. I'm like, hey, look, there's a child.
He's coming up with every excuse in the book not to go to bed right now.
But you should enroll him in you becoming director too. I know Terry's, you know, like she said, her family sat her down and is like, where are you going to be? Her daughter Heidi before was like, Mom, are you making director? Like, when are you going to be director? Like, are you a director? Like, she was enrolled in it too. And it makes it fun because then the family knows that she's going for something too, right?
It's true. She is my best advertisement. I will tell you. She has her own little One Hope shirt. As soon as like she meets someone, she's like, do you know my mom sells wine? Like that's always an easy opener. So yeah, they're the best. But like truly, you know, post it up there, let them help you. It's the easiest way. So
So, well, thank you all for jumping on tonight, sharing your crush experience. I know on Gather to Grow, which is the corporate, it's a training, I guess. It's on Gather to Grow is every Tuesday at 5 p.m. In the One Hope community page, there is under the events, it'll say the Gather to Grow schedule. Also, the new training center will be up and there'll be direct links from the training center to those events as well. If you haven't checked out the training center, definitely do that. May 1st, all the new information comes up. Oh, that's what I was going to show you too. There is a shareable drive. And in the shareable drive, let me see, I'll go to my recents. If you guys don't use Google Drive, I highly recommend it because it is like, it makes it so much easier. Oh no, of course I can't find it. Dang it. Oh, winemaker notes. There is a new tab called Wine Tools. And this has all of the new winemaker notes in it too. So like, here's the notes for the Prosecco.
Where is that?
So it is in the shareable drive under Wine Tools. But here, I'll pop it in the chat so you guys can see it on the chat too. Well, if I can find my chat. I don't know what it is with me and technology today. I can't find any of my little buttons over here. Oh, here it is. Chat goes away when you're screen sharing, apparently.
I'm really good with technology. I can do Excel spreadsheets and PDFs all day long, but random stuff like this, I get so lost.
Well, the great thing about a Google Drive is that you don't own the folder that this is in under the Wine Tools. So that's why you can click shared with me and then you can see, oh, it's been shared. So that's where it kind of lives in that little area too. So just a little hint. You can also search in Google Drive. So if you were to type winemaker notes, this information would pop up. Awesome. Yeah, and then all that information should be updating really soon in the training center. And I'm really excited to see what the new training will be because they're putting together a different little course for people. So when you're starting in Rockstar and you're just starting, you can go into like a boot camp and work your way through it, which I think will be really good recruiting tool for all of us too. That's kind of sometimes the hardest part about starting is that where to start first. So I've been kind of sharing with people too, like know your website kind of inside and out, because that's what your customers see. That's what's customer facing. Anything that you don't need to know, like, don't worry about your Paylution card until you actually have activity, because you're not going to get paid until you have wine sales. So that's, it kind of goes hand in hand. Don't worry about how to close an event until it's time to actually close the event. Even for the month of April right now, where we have the host promotion, the hosts have to, if they hit $750 in sales and have a minimum of 3 different orders, then they earn that bonus 4-pack. There's a form you have to fill out after you close the party, so the hosts get their information. But I haven't even posted that for anybody yet, because it's like we don't need to know until it's time to get there, because you have until like May 7th to do that. So we have time for that. But the new training center should be launching sometime soon in the document library. You'll see they're creating all of these new tools back here. There'll be all these new wine tools. Let's see if these are on here. This is a good place to come and check out all this information too. Well, no, this is just taking a long time. I do recommend that everybody go into this area, go to the goal setting tab. Oh yeah, see these say coming soon. There'll be a wine journal and wine tasting profile sheet. Which some of those are on that link that I just sent you. So I just haven't put them in the training center. However, go into this document and click on the goal setting tools and print out the 90-day plan, because this will really help you goal setting. It'll, where you want to be, what your goals are that you want to have. I don't know why my computer's going so incredibly slow, but there is like a goal setting worksheet here that kind of breaks it all down. It must be wine o'clock. Here we go. Business planning and goal setting. So what you want all of your information to be. So definitely go and print that out. I'll actually post the thing in the chat right now in case anybody wants to grab it. But, all right. I am excited for all of you and all of us to reach our goals in 2021. And, oh, La Carol, I see your name on there. We did not say hi to you. Hi, La Carol.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm losing my voice.
Oh, are you brand new?
Actually, I used to be in One Hope, and I've been looking to start. So this is very helpful to me. It's been a minute since I actually been, well, about a year since I've been in One Hope, and I was invited to this Zoom event today, and yeah, I'm actually very excited.
Awesome. So get with whoever invited you to listen to this today, because even if you were signed up with One Hope and you're no longer doing it, it's been a minute or two, you will be eligible to rejoin us. So just rejoin under your sponsor who asked you to come here today, and take it from there. And then you can take advantage of the fast start and all the great bonuses for incentives when you start.
Awesome.
Okay. Who invited you to come on here tonight, La Carol?
You did actually.
Oh, well, there you go. All right. Me. Okay. Well, perfect. Well, then good. We will chat with you soon. And I hope you all have a great evening.
You too.
Okay. Bye.
Hi.
Thanks, Joyce. Bye.
You're welcome.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.